Hey y'all, welcome back to the Quizlet channel. It's your girl Angelica, and today we'll be going over how to stop turning in assignments at 11:59 p.m. I know you do it, we all do it, maybe 11:58 if you're a little bit more proactive, but let's stop doing this to ourselves, and I want to help you all out. If you don't already know, I'm Angelica. I'm part of the Quizlet family here. I make videos about studying, productivity, and I also have other social media platforms. I'm going to link on the screen and below, so definitely check me out, come say hello, and let's get started with the video. Okay, so this topic, I know submitting in assignments last minute, maybe the first few times, it's thrilling, it's exciting, you're coming in clutch, but in the long term, it is definitely pretty draining and so hard to sustain, and you never know, things can shut down, the Wi-Fi, a crash on the site. We all know that these technical difficulties can happen, and if you submit something last minute, the teacher or the professor oftentimes are not going to be very generous for that. So I want to help you guys combat some of these things. This video is an extension of an article that Quizlet put out, and so yeah, we're just going to be talking about it today more casually and get straight to the tips. Number one is probably you're unmotivated by the class or the material, and you're just probably really bored. And I feel like when we're bored or unmotivated, we tend to avoid our tasks and responsibility. We push it to the last minute. I do it all the time, and it's a really common thing, so I want you to know you're not alone. I think what's really helped me be a little bit more motivated and less bored is find value in that class, right? So whether it's extrinsic value or intrinsic value, maybe it is so you can build your resume or skills for a job or an internship, or maybe it's to connect with the professor or the teacher, or maybe it's to make friends, or maybe it's to just see what you don't like and learn about something that's challenging. Whatever it is, place a value on that so you know at going in what to expect and what you're going to get out of it. I think another really great thing the article talked about was find interesting things about the class. It doesn't always have to be the class exactly itself, but maybe it's the reading, the people, the professor, the teacher, maybe the small jokes or the music that they might play in the beginning of the class. Whatever it is, find small things that make you happy or really interested to then spark more interest and get you motivated to start the assignments and doing the homeworks and exams, all those things on time and preferably early. Whenever I'm in a class that I'm not interested in, I always try to reach out to friends and see if I can make a study group or talk to people. This way it's a little bit more exciting for me and I'm not as bored, and I look forward to coming to the class, even if it just means being on the same Zoom as my friend and saying hi or seeing their face. Find the small things that could actually motivate you to show up. Number two, going off of not being motivated, is definitely caring. And like I said before, different class, different assignments, you're going to be bored or less bored depending on the content, but you want to find value and reason to care. And whether it's for a letter grade, a GPA, maybe a college or a job, maybe you just really want to try and challenge yourself, or you want to learn these skills, whether external or internal things, definitely find a reason to care, and see that if you turn it in last minute, you could potentially be jeopardizing those things that you care about. So starting early and implementing these things of like why I care about this subject or this assignment. Of course, not every assignment and exam is going to be fun and interesting, but thinking about like the big umbrella picture of like why you care, why you're taking this class is going to really help. So another common thing I see is a lot of people are scared to try because they're secretly scared that they're not going to do well, so they'd rather not try at all and say, well, I didn't try at all and that's why I failed. And I feel like that is so selling yourself short. And if you do that, you're just going to be confirming and fulfilling your own self-affirming things. So definitely always try, even just a little bit. You never know. The worst case scenario, what, you don't get a good grade. Best case scenario, you get a great grade, and maybe you end up really enjoying the material in the class, or you meet really, really great friends. I personally think the upside is still way better, so try, and at least you can tell yourself, I tried, that wasn't for me, and now I know, and maybe it'll bring you to a direction of like things you do like and you are interested in. So there's no harm in trying, and definitely don't let the fear of failure stop you from trying, because I feel like not trying at all is even worse than failing because you didn't even try. So definitely try to realize that if you put in the effort and the work, you're probably going to do a lot better than you think you are by not trying at all. And also, it's totally okay to fail. Like, that's part of the process, that's part of the learning process. There's no negative connotation towards failing, and what matters is your effort, the time you put into it, and that you cared enough to put in that work. And the last culprit I find is the biggest reason that I'm always biting myself in the tongue and kicking myself when I'm submitting things last minute is that I realize that the assignment is a little harder or more detailed than I thought it'd be, and I tend to look at the assignment like the day before it's due. So that's definitely a habit I stopped doing because one, I find myself like every time I'm like, oh my gosh, I did not realize this is going to be this hard or so much work. So as soon as you get the assignment, even if you're not going to work on it right away, I definitely will start skimming through it, look through it, go to office hours, talk to your teacher or professor, and get the questions answered as early as possible. That way you're not sitting alone hours before the assignment is due and realizing there's a gajillion things that needs to be done. You have so many questions, but it's nighttime and no one's responding. So eliminate all that stress. Start early, at least expose yourself early so you'd at least know like, okay, like the pace I need to do, like the time it's gonna take. That way you like, let's stop being blindsided the day the assignment is due by opening up the assignment the same day it's due. So do yourself a favor when the assignment is given out, look through it, skim through it, talk to it with your friends, study group, whatever it is, but start early so you at least know what to expect, even if you're not gonna do it per se super early. I don't want you to be there like sitting at like 10 p.m. having no clue how to do the assignment and just piecing something together. I feel like a lot of us have been there, so just have realistic expectations going in by just exposing yourself as early as possible. Also, the earlier you start, the more times you get to redo it, redraft it, re-scrap it, ask teacher for feedback, your peers, whatever it is. You're just buying yourself more time. So even if it's not amazing stuff in the beginning, do something down. Maybe it's a voice memo, a Google Doc, a little notes app, rant, whatever it is, something down, and at least you're kind of moving forward. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this is something I'm struggling with and I've gotten better over time, but it is definitely not an overnight fix. I know we went over some of the core reasons and possible, explanations and how to combat these things, whether it's caring, incentives, starting early, but hopefully these things can help you turn in things a little earlier, whether it's 11:50, maybe it's 10 p.m. and 9 p.m., slowly making it earlier and earlier, because the more time you have, then you can be a little stress-free and go do other stuff that you care about. Let me know in the comments below what are some of your tips that help you stop turning in things last minute, and don't forget to click subscribe, follow the Quizlet channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.